You don't understand, for anybody that thinks you look anybody up or anything's pre-recorded. I mean, my Instagram and all my social media don't have any pictures. And for you to say the things that you just said, you don't know how you just changed my life.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me
so much.
Now, first of all, did your father pass here in this world?
Yes.
Because right away, he would not leave me alone. He was saying to me, Matt, I'm her father. I'm coming through for her. She's been talking to me all day. And he tells me that, like, he goes, Matt, tell my daughter, calm down. She's a little crazy, he tells me. He tells me like you were like looking for things of your father. Like, oh my God, what can I bring to this reading of my dad's? He says, and like you were going like manic over there.
Literally.
What are those, his worry beads?
Yeah.
He tells me like, you're like, okay, what can I do to make dad come through? Like, you're like looking for things and stuff. He goes, Matt, tell her that I'm always there around her. He goes, tell her I'm sending her signs. He goes, but you don't understand my daughter. He goes, every day, Matt, he goes, she's got a million thoughts going through her head. He tells me like that you need to relax. He says, know that I'm there and with you. He says, I'm still your father on the other side. I know that this is really hard because your dad was your everything. He was your world and he was your best friend.
My best friend.
He tells me. He says, and Matt, he goes, you know that my daughter worried about me all the time because when I'm connecting with your dad, he kept a lot of things secret and he didn't talk a lot about what was going on with him and what was happening with him. It was always a guessing game.
Yep.
And he tells me that,
like,
I know, he tells me that you were his little drill sergeant here in this world. Because I see you coming in being like, Dad, what's going on with your hands? What's going on with your arm? What's going on with this? What's going on with that?
1000%.
And he shows me, he goes, Matt, he goes, I couldn't keep a freaking secret here in this world, Matt. She'd always be on me. And he shows me, he goes, and Matt, how dare she? How rude. She was picking up my medication bottles. Why were you like looking at his medications or the things he was taking?
All the time.
He goes to me, Matt, she's not my nurse. She was looking at my medication. She was looking at everything. He goes, I used to get stressed when she'd come over. He goes, because I felt like I was under interrogation, he said.
Well, yeah. Super protective of him all the time.
I know. He wants to thank you so much for the way that you loved him. But what he was really scared about was this. He was so afraid that if he died or something would have happened to him, that you were not going to be able to live your life. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm going to tell you that your dad, when I'm connecting with him, he's so easygoing. He was not afraid of death and dying when I'm speaking to him.
No.
And he tells me that like before he died, I feel like he said to you, listen, if I die, you live your life. Like you keep living your life. You go on. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Did he used to say that to you when he was here?
Yeah, he'd always like reassure me, like everything's going to be okay. Like you're always going to be okay, you know?
He's telling me that right now because he tells me on the other side, Nat, he says, I was afraid of this. I didn't want her to stop living or giving up on her life because of me. He says, I need her to know that on the other side, I am there and with her. And my soul has not stopped loving her, being with her and watching over her on the other side. And he's acknowledging now. He actually tells me when I'm speaking to him, he wants to thank you for displaying his picture. He tells me you have like almost like, it looks like memory pictures of him that are up in your house.
Oh yeah, we definitely have a bunch of pictures of him.
But this happened after he died. He tells me, he goes, Matt, it's like her house became like the funeral home, he tells me. Because he shows me like you putting all different pictures up and whatnot of your dad.
You know what's funny? My sister has like a whole shrine to him with like pictures and all little memories literally for our father.
Oh my God, that's what he's talking about. And you call, is it like an altar, like a prayer corner that you have?
Yeah, Angelica, yeah.
Shut the hell up. That's what he's talking about. Because he's going, like your father's so matter of fact. He's like going like this. He's going like this to me, like, Matt, look at this.
That's literally him. That's literally him.
That's what he's showing me on the other side. And he goes, he thinks it's like so funny. He goes, Matt, if they could see that I'm with them every day, he's bringing that through. And he tells me, he goes, Matt, he goes, you know what's so nice about this event? He goes, I see my girls and they're actually not fighting right now. He tells me.
Oh my God. No, you didn't just say that.
Okay, now I'm a believer.
Now you No, you didn't just say that.
We fight every day.
Yo,
he tells me
we
Matt,
love so hard, but we fight hard too.
Yeah.
he tells me, he goes, Matt, he goes, you don't understand. He goes, our house is like WWE. He goes, and when these girls stop fighting, he goes, mugs go flying, plates go flying, and he goes, you don't understand.
We're Italian and Greek, so we're super hot-blooded, you know?
He's bringing that through. He
Oh
says to
my
me
God.
when I'm connecting, he says, Matt, you need to let them know. He goes, what's so nice about this? He goes, is that for once on the other side, he goes, all I wanted in my life, your dad's going, on the other side, all I wanted. He says, was them to stop, for them to stop fighting. He goes, and for once, he goes, I see them stop fighting over me, he tells me. And he's bringing that through.
Oh my God.
He's also thanking you for the way that you laid him to rest here in this world when I'm connecting with him. And he's also telling me, he talks about like different pictures that you put in with him. So you put pictures and things with your dad?
Oh yeah, and my mom made this whole collage like of him, and yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He says to me this, he's also telling me Maria's there. Who's Maria?
That's his sister.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
She
Amato. Are
died
you
a month
serious?
after him.
She died a month after him.
She's here. He kept saying to me, Matt, I have Maria, I have Maria. So when
Oh
she died after your dad, he came to get Maria and pick her and bring her to the other side. He tells
Yo,
me,
that's wild.
he tells me you just got the chills.
Wild, yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
Please
That's
know.
wild. That's crazy.
Please know that soul's with him, because he tells me that still to this day, you have all this hurt and pain where you're saying, oh my God, I lost my dad. I lost my aunt. Everybody died. He says, no, Maria's here. She's here. Tell her, Matt. Tell her the name.
That was his favorite.
Oh my God, like
That's
that's
his
crazy.
He's also telling me when I'm connecting about the baby that also passed as well. So
My mom
I
miscarried.
keep seeing thank you. I just see the miscarriage that's here when I'm connecting.
God. Oh
So
my
that was your child that you lost with him.
Yeah,
Yes.
mom. Yep.
Please know that soul is on the other side with your husband.
No, it's crazy.
Do you know if it was a boy or girl?
It was a boy.
This is a boy. She knew. You always say that. This is crazy.
He's bringing that through. He says to me, Matt, he says, what I love about this is that I believed in God. I believed in the other side. I believed in heaven. He says, and I knew that God was never going to let me down. God was never going to let our family down. He says, and right now, this is my way of validating to them that there is a heaven. There is another side. There is an afterlife, and I'm there. He says, and when I passed on and I saw my sister suffering, I came and got her as well, he tells me.
Oh my God.
So, I know. And I also know that you feel so hard, that you feel so bad, that you're going through so much hurt because of the fact that you feel like that after your dad died, like you went right to going and caring and trying to be there for his sister. And you feel like, oh my God, like this is crazy. Like I lost my dad and now I'm losing her. Like my dad's gonna be so upset. He says, I'm not upset. He says, I came to get her.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
So know that they are together on the other side, and this is his way of acknowledging that he's there for all of you. He also tells me one last thing. He tells me that you need to pay attention to the dreams. He's coming to you in dreams, he tells me. So what's crazy is that you're gonna feel like you all get dreams at the same time. Like your mom will get a dream, then you get a dream, and then you get a dream. So those little visitations that you get from him are real, and it's his way of showing you that he is there and with you.
Oh my God.
Thank
you so much. You don't understand. For anybody that thinks like you look anybody up or anything's pre-recorded, or I mean, my Instagram and all my social media don't have any pictures. I don't post anything of that nature, neither does she. And she don't even know how to use technology. And for you to say the things that you just said, you don't know how you just changed my life. Like so much to us.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me
so much.
Don't even.
Seriously, thank you so much. This was like mind-blowing. I can't even.
I'm so glad I got to meet you, and I'm so happy that you decided to join this online reading, because listen, if you guys weren't here, this would never be possible. And I can't take the credit because I don't bring your loved ones to you, you bring them to me. Your father and his sister were here. I'm just telling you what they're saying. And thank you so much for that.